What's up, nerds, and welcome back to Overwatch League Network Power Rankings. Every Wednesday before Overwatch League, we bring you our updated Power Rankings, average out between our podcast network hosts. Slambo is out celebrating his 10-year anniversary in Maui this week, so for now, you guys are going to be stuck with me. Anyways, here are your Power Rankings for Season 2, Stage 2, Week number 5. Coming in at number 20, dropping 2 spots, is a team that's been on a bit of a free-fall, that being the Houston Outlaws. Now, Houston finished the stage without securing a win, and despite recent efforts to solve their communication issues by bringing in Jake full-time, their progress has been at a bit of a standstill. Coming in at number 19, we have the Washington Justice. The Justice avoided going 0-7 by pulling off an upset win against the Boston Uprising in a 5-map thriller. And you know, with wins being few and far between for the Justice, they celebrated in style by going out for ice cream, thus proving that Washington is in fact the Little League team of the Overwatch League, and the proof is in the custard. Coming in at number 18 this week, we have the Florida Mayhem. So that shift to an all-Korean roster has not resulted in the wins as of yet, but the team synergy has been improving week to week. Coming in at number 17, we have the Guangzhou Charge. Definitely a shaky stage for the Charge, and they definitely lost a lot of ground to their Chinese counterparts in the Hunters, Dragons, and the Spark. But you know what? Shu has been performing very well throughout the season so far. He's definitely been in the Rookie of the Year discussion, and hopefully that is something that they can build on. Coming in at 16, we have the Paris Eternal, who had a pretty average stage, basically mirroring what they did in stage number 1. So, you know, even with seeing more Shadowburn and soon on DPS, they have still kind of fallen into I wouldn't say necessarily the bottom of the barrel, but there's a lot to be desired with the Eternal right now. Moving up 2 spots, coming in at number 15, we have the Los Angeles Valiant. Now, the Valiant have been moving ranks, they've also been moving coaches around, and they did get rid of their assistant coach, Donzu. Now, there's been a lot of experimenting going on with the flex support role, and we have seen Kariv coming in more and more over Izayaki, but they have a long road ahead of them to make up for that winless stage in stage number 1. Holding steady at number 14, we have the Toronto Defiant, who have been trying to address some issues with their Zarya position, having Brig jailed I'm37 in favor of playing Ivy on the role. But, you know, either way, it's been pretty shaky for the Defiant, who are not the Kings of the North after all, after Vancouver basically handed them their butts. Coming in at number 13, we have the Chengdu Hunters, and the Hunters, you know, they were so close to making the Stage 2 playoffs, only to fall to the would-be Predators of the Los Angeles Valiant. But it's not all doom and gloom for the Hunters, as they do have 3 starters in the All-Star game, and they remain a fan-favorite team. Dropping 4 spots, coming in at number 12, we have the Boston Uprising. I feel like Boston is still this really weird team to kind of try to rank. You know, we see moments of greatness, moments of mediocrity, but for the most part, they kind of hover around the middle of the pack. And I've been really impressed with their DPS duo of Blase and Color Hex. Color Hex has definitely upped his game over the course of the season, and we've gotten to see Blase's Doomfist, which has been so exciting to watch. But Fusions has kind of hit a little bit of a rough patch, and I feel like they're going to need to address that in order for them to continue to climb our ranks. Coming in at number 11, we have the Atlanta Reign, who in fact defeated New York Excelsior not once, but twice, dispelling all the notions that NYXL is the better team. So it's just one of those cases that draws a lot of parallels to, you know, Houston Outlaws wins over the London Spitfire. So unfortunately for Atlanta, you know, they're not a playoff team as of yet, but they have been playing more Daco on the Diva role, and I would expect them to continue to climb in our ranks. Moving into our top 10, coming in at number 10, we have the Shanghai Dragons, who secured a winning record in Stage 2. They secured a playoff berth, but as an A seed, they did draw the San Francisco Shock and if the last match is any indicator to go off of, this should be a pretty quick match and a quick exit of the stage playoffs for Shanghai. Falling 3 spots, coming in at number 9, we have the Seoul Dynasty. So, the Solar Coaster has definitely kind of gotten off track. They got crushed by the Vancouver Titans, and, they still had a shot to make the stage playoffs, but they did fall to the Hangzhou Spark 3-1. But you know what? As the Soulmates, we're at least sticking to a starting 6-man roster, so we will look to rebound going into stage number 3. And speaking of the Hangzhou Spark, they are coming in as the number 8 team this week. So they picked up the win over the Dynasty 3-1, and with that they are in the stage playoffs, and they will be looking to derail another Korean powerhouse team when they go up against the London Spitfire. Coming in at number 7, we have the Dallas Fuel, and the Fuel finished the stage 5-2. They're riding a 3-match win streak going into the stage playoffs, and they will look to attack the Titans in hopes of seeing another breakout performance from their main tank, OGE. Coming in at number 6, we have the Philadelphia Fusion, or the Confusion, as Philadelphia was a middle-of-the-pack team in Stage 2 despite the uptick of Winston play, and I feel like this team is just chomping at the bits for a DPS meta, but should that not come to fruition, I expect more fallout to come from this team in stage number 3. Moving into our top 5, coming in at number 5, we have the London Spitfire. Now, the Spitfire, they secured the 2nd seed in stage 2, thanks to those 2 key wins from the Atlanta Reign over New York Excelsior. You have Fury eating everything thrown his way, Prophet has been putting up an MVP performance, and they look to test the elite teams in the Stage 2 playoffs. Holding steady at number 4, we have the LA Gladiators, who have answered a lot of early questions we've had about them, given additional support to Roar on that front line. And, if you've been talking to us, we do feel like they are favored in their stage playoff match, which would be against our 3-ranked team, that being the New York Excelsior. So, the Excelsior, they lost twice to Atlanta Reign, they've been very shaky, and should they find an early exit, there's a very good chance that we might not even consider the NYXL to be a top 5 team, but it seems like there are no big 3, it is now the big 2, and with the big 2 this week, we do have a bit of a shakeup. We have the Vancouver Titans falling to number 2 this week, which, much to my dismay, I did not vote for this, but they got the nod, 3 votes to 2 in favor of the Shock, and the Titans right now are on a 17-match win streak, which does include the Stage 1 playoffs. So a rematch with the Shock does seem very likely for the Stage 2 finals, and should the Titans emerge victorious again in that affair, I would expect to see a pretty quick adjustment in our power rankings. But with that being said, we do have the Shock taking that top spot from the Titans after recording a golden stage, the first time this has ever happened in the Overwatch League. The Shock went 7-0, they didn't draw a map, they didn't drop a single map throughout Stage 2, and they are looking to take the fight to the Titans in trying to, tie up the series after they lost that 7-map thriller in the Stage 1 finals. Please toss us a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out OWLNshow.com for more information on our podcast, Patreon, Twitch, Discord server, and so much more. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope to see you next time.